today because his players smelled marijuana in the halls. Would that disturbance disturb their effort today? We'll show you what happened. A close first half of action. Everett Stevens will throw the alley-oop to Todd Mitchell. Mitchell for the jam. Purdue up by 5 early, but Florida's quick backcourt took control as it has in the past. Andrew Moten with the steal. Ahead to Joe Lawrence, and Lawrence pulls up and sticks the jumper. 31-29 Gators at the half. Second half, Florida's big man came alive. From the outside, the 7'2" freshman Dwayne Shinsis hits the jumper. Florida up by 8. Gene Keady looking on saying, come on, guys. Then from down low, Shinsis once again, this time hitting the turnaround. Florida up by 18, 21 points for Dwayne Shinsis. And once again, he showed that he could pass as well. From the top of the key, finds Vernon Maxwell breaking through the hoop. 85-66 Florida. The final there, the Gators 23-10 as they beat the 3rd seed in the East. And they will head to the regional semis at the Meadowland. Now, next up in the East on their home floor, Syracuse against Western Kentucky.
But not looking like it. Purdue trailed by 2 at halftime, looked out of sync, and then it got worse. Florida 7'2" freshman Dwayne Shinsis in the high post. That just opened it up down low for Melvin Jones, and the Gators were rolling. Then Purdue got caught napping on the inbound. And just like this, Florida went 92 feet. Vernon Maxwell for the 2 easiest of his 24 points, 65-47. Purdue was staggering. Coach Gene Keady saw the end was near. The Boilermakers never woke up. Shinsis outstanding at both ends here, rejecting Troy Lewis. Then, seconds later, when Purdue doubled the ball, it left the big guy open, and the Gators made sure they got him the ball. Shinsis had 21 points. Maxwell knocked down his 24, and Florida marched on by shaking up Purdue. The nightcap had Western Kentucky up against Syracuse.
Land. Today they reached the final 16, and as David Sharp reports from Syracuse, New York, they did it in style.
It was Purdue's power versus Florida's finesse. The Gators' quickness shows early. Vernon Maxwell with a nice feed to Dwayne Shinsis. The Boilermakers come back on the inside. The lob to Todd Mitchell, and we're tied. Not a great day for Andrew Moten. This three-pointer was his only bucket, but a big one. Gators with a tentative 2-point halftime lead. Then this group of feisty Floridians simply overwhelms the Carrier Dome in the second half. Kenny McClary comes with a thunderous roar. Then it's the nice touch by the Brandon big man, who tied his season high with 21 points. And there was a new hero today, the forgotten man Melvin Jones, a perfect 6 for 6, 13 points and 12 rebounds, a major force that Purdue was not expecting. Oh yeah, Vernon Maxwell. Let's not forget the guy with the knee sprain. 24 points today at less than full speed. Still too much for Purdue to handle. 85-66, the stunningly easy verdict, earning Florida a date with Syracuse in the East Regional semifinals. And as far as Norm Sloan is concerned, hopefully a newfound respect for Gator basketball.
There's nobody going to call me the magic man. There's nobody going to say that I'm a genius. There's nobody going to say that I go out there and I get my kids emotionally fired up. But by God, you all better pay tribute to this basketball team for what they've done.
Everyone shot well tonight. Everyone played with enthusiasm, aggressiveness, and we just went out there and took it to them.
So the Gators have done it. They come to Syracuse, New York. The odds were against it, but they won 2 ball games, and they're going to move on. They're now in the Sweet 16, definitely the sweetest moment ever in Gator basketball history. In Syracuse, New York, I'm David Sharp. Not Watch Jacksonville.
The team the Gators will face on Thursday.
Out of the NCAA tournament, moving on to the round of 16 with a big 85-66 win over the Boilermakers. If you want to welcome the Gators home, they'll be arriving in Gainesville 9:30 tomorrow evening. The Gators took advantage of some early Purdue mistakes to take a 7-point lead. Dwayne Shinsis with the jumper for 2. Then Purdue switched to a zone defense, and it really kind of frustrated the Gators. And when Florida went cold, Purdue really got back in the game. Mitchell would finish off the fast break, and they led by 5. It was 18-13. But the Gators roared back. Andrew Moten hit the three-pointer to get them even at 18. Kenny McClary found Ronnie Montgomery at the top of the key, and he buried the jumper to put the Gators out front. And when Vernon Maxwell nailed the three-pointer, the Gators led by 2, 31-29 at halftime. Start of the second half, Gators poured it on, folks. Pat Lawrence started things, put them up 5 with the three-pointer. Shinsis hit another big turnaround jumper, and the lead was 7. He had 21 today. Maxwell, another three-pointer. He had 24, and the lead was 10. Shinsis again. The nice pass to Melvin Jones for 2 and the foul underneath. Melvin had 13 and the Gator lead was 13. Dwayne hit another jumper. The lead was up to 17. They were just awesome, folks. When Maxwell finished off the fast break, the lead was 22 with 5 minutes left. The Gators cruised to the 19-point win to move on in the NCAA round of 16.
This is a fine basketball team. It's a blue-collar team. Nobody's pulling any clever statements and no pizzazz about them, but please pay tribute to the fact that they're one hell of a basketball team because they deserve it.
Purdue was supposed to be a real physical team, and we knew that. And we came out tonight we were real fired up. We knew we had to go out there and bang them before they got a chance to bang us, and we out-rebounded them on the boards. We just played an overall better game than them, and the result was a great win.
The final again in the NCAA East Regional, the Gators by 19 over Purdue.